there and welcome back to Japan and to our reaction and review to the latest offering from TRICOT. And as always, this is the review. If you want to check out the reaction, I have just done that, so you can watch it by pausing this video, clicking the little link in the description below. It'll open up a separate little YouTube player where you can watch that just in case you haven't heard the song before, or if you just want to see how I reacted when I first heard it a few seconds prior to this review. So here are my initial thoughts. Are you ready? Don't say I didn't warn you, because it's spoiler time if you haven't heard the song. Check it out first. The link's in the description below. Too late. I'm going to tell you what I think of the song now. So, this was a really interesting one. Now, I must admit that, like I said, I think we've only actually checked out one TRICOT song on this channel before, and I actually can't for the life of me remember if it was since the channel restarted. I think maybe not, so it might not even be on there. So this might be the first review that we've posted on the new channel. So, I need to quickly recap my thoughts on the... previously, I was impressed by them. Because I liked there was that feeling that it had that almost jazzy feel to what they were doing. It felt like it was really kind of how to say, they really had an ability to be very, very kinetic, you know, always sort of changing things, and yet at the same time sound totally in control. There's that sort of jazzy quality where everything feels almost improvised, and yet at the same time is so clearly well constructed. And that came across in this song the same, but leaps and bounds more impressively. This felt so well structured, so well put together. And when this song initially comes in, there's so many things happening. I mean, with all these sorts of songs that try to do this, if you like, jazzy quality, usually one of the ways that that's most easily defined in the arrangement is the fact that each instrument seems to be doing something completely different, and yet they are written in a way that it just sort of hooks together on the right beats. Everything just accents, each instrument's accenting the other instruments in just the right way. And this was doing that well. It had that feeling where each instrument, you could listen to it almost on its own to see where is that going, and yet you can listen to it as the whole because of the fact that it works so well, it clicks. Another point is obviously the fact that they go for very light sounds. You know, the guitar's got that sort of, again, jazzy quality. The bass is quite nice and nimble sounding. The drums are mixed, you know, not too heavy. So everything kind of sounds bright enough and precise enough that you can really hear where everything's going. But what really worked about this is the way that as it feeds into that chorus, the chorus just, it comes in and it just works perfectly. I really love the melody. I love the way that it sort of flows and just sort of takes you along with it. It's interesting because it's not exactly what you call a catchy chorus, which, to be honest, is not really what we're expecting. And yet, when it comes round, it has the effect that I think a chorus should have. I often sort of use that example when we're talking about these songs that have the, it's almost become like a trope that I refer to this. When we talk about those songs that have the sort of crazy arrangements where they go in directions where they're not supposed to be predictable, that they come round to a refrain, I often refer to that as the hocus pocus by focus effect. Because if you ever heard hocus pocus by focus, you'll know what I mean. You can go as crazy as you want, so long as if you come round to a refrain where the minute it comes around, everyone goes, yep, there we go. That's it, and you get that feeling of here we are. There's a sort of a technical explanation for why that is, but I mean, you know, I think beyond that, I think we all know that feeling when just the notes, the chords settle into the key of the song. You get that recognizable bit, and everything just sort of throws itself into that sort of the arrangement hits that point of unison where everything just blasts forwards into a refrain. And this has that. I mean, like I said, it's not that catchy a chorus. I mean, I can't, if you ask me to remember the melody right now, I don't think I can remember it. And I've just listened to the song. And yet, during the song, even the first time it came around, you knew it was the refrain. And again, this is a sign of good writing, good arrangement. You knew that they were coming into the refrain. Even without a sort of standard, obvious verse, pre-chorus, chorus arrangement laying it out for you, you just knew where you were in the song. And that, to me, is a demonstration of really high-quality writing. For a band who I know that they have some representation, you see them occasionally in the music papers here, you know, open up the Japanese, in the convenience stores, you get the papers showing you, you know, what music's currently coming out, and, you know, the freebie papers, they show you that, and who's touring. So occasionally you see TRICOT. They're not a massive name, but they're known. However, to me, there was a feeling that, okay, so yeah, I know that this video could have been produced on, you know, pocket money, but it did look like it had been produced with a decent director and with a real sense of quality. So I get the feeling some money went into this, and I'm not really surprised because you listen to this song and you think that's the sort of song where even if it's not catchy enough that people are going to be humming it to themselves, it certainly is memorable enough that people are going to go, I need to buy that, or I need to check that out, or I need to come back around to that, or what was that song I heard earlier? It has a lot of power, a lot of effect. Now, as always on this channel, we're honest. We try to be give the positive and negative sides of things. I think really, I can't say on surface value, if I viewed this just as a song, I don't think that I could see anything that I would describe as a fault in this. I think it was brilliant. However, there was something which I regard as a bit of a niggling thought in the back of my head, which is that, like I said, the video was really well made. I thought it was really funny how it played on horror movie tropes. I'm not a big fan of horror movies. I mean, I love movies, but horror movies in general I tend to find, so many horror movies now are just about sort of jump scares. And it's it's not a genre that I particularly watch, but even I was sort of like, you could just count all of the references that you can clearly see coming up. Even like the little Red Rum reference, that was nice. There was just, loads of these, and lots of mixed references as well. Like they did the sort of light off, light on thing, and then she comes back with the balloon, and it's like, sort of so many references being thrown in at once. However, I can't help but feel that to me, again, this is the problem with a lot of these songs. When it comes to conversational Japanese, I can usually sort of get by, I can understand. But when it comes to songs, often because the way they sing is slightly, it's not speaking in a normal way, I can pick up certain words, but I got to admit, I can't usually pick up the meaning in a huge amount of depth. Nothing about what I could understand of the lyrics. Like I say this in full understanding that someone might be able to say, hey, Howard, you just don't get the detail. Nothing I understood of the lyrics really, to me, explained why the video was a horror-related video. Well made as it was, it didn't seem to click, and it certainly didn't click with the mood of the song. Now, it was cut in a way that moved very well. I love the sort of kinetic frame cutting, the fact that it had a lot of attitude. The band were really good. I love the way they acted into the roles. That was brilliant as well. They were kind of as believable as a band in a music video can be. But it didn't feel like it hit the tone of the song. The song, to me, felt... like I say, as the chorus kind of gives you impression, it has a feeling of being fresh. It has a sort of a joyous, like bursting out sort of feeling to it. It really feels like something which is almost like, the verses kind of give you that feeling of that sort of dissonant craziness. It feels like a song, if I was just to judge it based on its tone, it feels like a song which is about overcoming adversity almost, like, it's got this feeling of a slightly edgy verse where things are a little bit unsure and then just bursts into this chorus where everything comes together. Tonally, like I say, clearly the song's been constructed in a way that the feeling is clearly designed to come across because it comes across so well. And so the feeling to me does not project anything that I would regard as relating to horror. I guess you could say a horror movie, at the end people overcome the adversity of a horror movie. It's just, it has a feeling of a song more about the joy of overcoming adversity than about adversity itself. I don't know, this is perhaps a little bit difficult to explain. But just to me, I didn't really feel that the video matched the mood of the song, which is the same because they're both so really well made. You could really look at them and both appreciate these are really good made, and these have both been made with a lot of love and a lot of effort. It just didn't click for me, which was strange because at first I kind of got it, but as it got towards the end and it was clear that the tone wasn't really going to shift in the video, maybe if the video itself had some sort of crescendo that brought it all round and put a different light on it, maybe that would have worked. But just to me, at the end, I didn't really feel like the video had complemented the song as much as it did in the way it was cut and edited. It just didn't in what the message was. So like I say, I might be missing something about the lyrics. Please let me know if I am. But yeah, I got such a strong feeling from the song and such a strong but totally different feeling from the video that to me, that was a bit of a problem. It's really weird that, isn't it? I mean, this is the thing, obviously, that the band themselves most of the time don't make the videos. They might have some input, but usually a video is so well made, I'm assuming it was made by a director who really knew what they were doing. And it's so strange because they're both two different art forms. And it is amazing. And the best examples, a video can really complement a song and bring out the most in the song. And it's so strange because this felt like it really, in one way, was capable of doing that. But just the tone was, like I say, very different, I felt, from what they were both trying to do. Like two really cool things that have been put together but didn't quite match. So anyway, as always, let me know what you think. I really enjoyed this, and this has got me really pumped up to listen to more of their music. I know they're a bit happy on copyright blocking, so who knows? But anyway, certainly they were last time we tried. Like I said, I really want to know what you guys think. I thought this was a really interesting listen. Thank you so much for everyone who's recommending this to me and so I want this to just come out. I thought I'd give it a go, and I'm really happy that I did come back to them. Sorry if my previous TRICOT video, I don't think it's on the channel since we restarted, so sorry about that, guys. And anyway, I think it was blocked actually like a week or so after we did put it out first time. So give me your comments, give me your thoughts. Feel free to like, subscribe, all of the YouTube stuff. Remember that we have all of our other social medias linked in the description below if you want to talk to other people who like Japanese music, because there's a lot of them out there following this channel. I'm glad to say we have a small subscriber base, but everyone is very conversational for the best part. I'll try and read all the comments, getting there as much as I can. Remember as well that we have the Patreon. Big thank you to our Patreon supporters. You keep the channel alive. Like I say, we've got a small following base, but we are a non-monetized channel, and it really does mean a lot to me that people put their own hard-earned cash into keeping this thing going, because it is a labor of love. Thank you as well for making it through to the end of this video, and until I hopefully see you soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao ciao.